Okay, I wanted to talk a little bit about some reflections on yesterday because it was, one of the more difficult days. One of the days where everything just went out the window and I acted, out of pure emotion and completely let go of the process. And I was trying to think about why those days come around every once in a while and how much progress they can really unwind. So today is a no trade day for me, not because I've put myself in jail from yesterday, but because the chart is in no man's land. It's not near my levels, and I shouldn't really get involved. So I'm not going to. I probably shouldn't have done that yesterday as well. So I was reflecting on my mental state yesterday, and I think what I figured out is the reality is that I know almost when I open my eyes, almost immediately, whether or not I should trade that day, irrespective of what's happening on the charts. It's just an internal feeling of maybe it's unease or anxiety, stress, related primarily to work. It's a Monday morning. I see all the meetings on my calendar. I know there's a lot to do. There's some challenging meetings up ahead. And my mental state is at work. It's not on the charts. And, speaking of indicators, that's probably the most powerful indicator we can use to determine whether or not today's going to be successful. And so I was asking myself, why do I force trades on those days? And it's a bit of a paradox because on the days that I feel most trapped in work, and we got the Sunday scaries and the Monday feels, those are the days where you want to escape most, and trading is a form of escapism to an extent. And when I incur losses on those days, they feel so much heavier and so much bigger than they actually are. And it's really difficult to end the day red. I can rationalize it and make the right decisions basically 23 hours and 55 minutes out of the day. But it's the 5 minutes when I sit down at the chart, I see an opportunity, or I think I see an opportunity to enter, where the damage happens. So red days feel like I'm never going to escape the quote-unquote rat race, and all of the stress from work and the feeling of being stuck just gets amplified. There's layoff stress and the feeling of running out of time, and all of that is about holding on, gripping too tightly to the outcome and not focusing on the process. When I look back on previous months of trading, I can see that if I just allow the losses to happen and I keep them minimized, it only takes 2 or 3 successful days to turn the month around. And I find that really difficult when you're 3 weeks, you're on the 3rd week of the month and you're still red. I find it difficult to project towards the end of the month and remind myself that it only takes a couple days to turn the whole thing around. So June and May were like that. They were productive. They were months where, even though I didn't think I was going to end green, I didn't, lash out on the charts and make poor decisions. And so I'm having to remind myself that, hey, it's early July. I've taken 2 trades. I'm break even. And yesterday, the weight of that felt unmanageable. And today it's completely different. It's like I went into a funk yesterday. So I'd love to trade today, but it's outside of my time frame at this point. It's 2 in the afternoon in Italy, and I've shut my laptop and resigned myself to the fact that today is a no trade day. So I'll leave you with that. Don't be afraid to not trade, and try to get perspective that the month is 20 trading days, and no single day can blow that up unless you make the decision to blow it up.